The interviews in this video are with candidates currently running in the November 2020 election in Brevard County. I'm Zach Noon. I had the opportunity to speak with local candidates about their knowledge of renewable energy and how they plan to help implement that in Brevard County's near future. As a representative of young and future voters, I was encouraged that while not everyone has the same level of knowledge on this subject, everyone I spoke with seemed to understand the importance of a transition to clean energy and a cleaner environment for Brevard County. I want to thank the Brevard chapter of ReThink Energy Florida and all the candidates that shared their time to speak with me and engage in this conversation that will definitely continue into their future terms of office. All candidates for each seat were invited, and no part of this video is an endorsement for any candidate. The state legislature has implemented or attempted to implement a number of preemptions on environmental issues regulating fertilizer, plastic bags, and polystyrene. What is your opinion on home rule versus state control on environmental issues, specifically septic tank permitting?
It is absolutely imperative that municipalities be able to keep home rule. It's imperative that smaller government be able to create legislation that protects our own areas. If the state isn't going to take care of these problems, local government has to. As far as soil and water specifically, we have a mandate to protect the Indian River, the estuaries, the Indian River Lagoon system. And we can't do that without cutting down the amount of runoff, phosphorus and nitrogen that runs into our river. The state will not allow us to make changes. If the state will not allow us to make changes, we cannot effectively fight pollution here. We have in Brevard County the largest cow-calf operation, the largest extant cow herd in the United States. And we have all that runoff heading toward the river. We have agricultural lands that put elemental phosphorus on their land, and it runs right into the river. We have a moratorium on fertilizer use 6 months out of the year with no teeth to the legislation at all, so that companies can continually put fertilizer on lawns without the city or county being able to do anything about it, because businesses are protected. Home rule is imperative for the county to be able to handle problems like that. We should be able to say what happens within our own cities and towns. And we can't protect our waterways if we don't have that ability. Every county has a soil and water conservation district. But we cannot work just on our own. We know the algae blooms that occur in the Indian River Lagoon system are not because of things that happen just in Brevard County. We know even that clear cutting in the Amazon affects wind patterns. The wind patterns affect coastal ebb and flow. It affects currents. And currents have actually increased due to the lack of winds through the rainforest and have caused more algae blooms to occur. It's amazing how these things work. We know that water comes from the Okeechobee River, Lake Okeechobee, through the waterways that have been cut to move water east and west instead of south, the way it's supposed to go, for the sake of big sugar. Our county can't fight that on our own. We need climate legislation across the board. We need counties that can work with each other cooperatively so we can fight this together, because we cannot do it all individually on our own, piecemeal, county by county by county.